Mother's Day to my friends. My friends, it's a flashback Friday. Mother's Day shout out to my friends. My sisters. My sisters who are mothers. I just want to give a shout out to you. I don't want to, I really don't want to leave anyone out. Um, but let me just preface this. But first, let me just tell you, I'm Marquita Hudgens, and this is my 100 plus 1 day challenge series on IGTV and on YouTube. Today is Finance Friday, but for the sake of what I'm doing today, you know what? Let me just pray now that every woman that I lift up during this broadcast, that your word be done in their life, where you say that they will flourish, them and their children. Lord, fill their homes with prosperity, abundance, Lord. Let it overflow. Oh God, bless them so much now that they won't even have room enough to receive. In Jesus' name, amen. So that got Finance Friday out the way. But it's a flashback Friday for me because um I don't know if I've ever said this. I think I said it in a I think I have a blog about it. But I have some good friends. Um, to where I don't even call them friends because once I've known a woman and have had a very strong connection and relationship, and I mean an intimate relationship. The world, the society, they mess up a lot of words, and intimacy is one of those words that society has really messed up because people hear the word intimate or intimacy and they automatically think of sex. Um, I've never been with a woman in that capacity. I've never wanted to be. I've never experimented. I never thought about it. I but I have intimate relationships with these women. They are my sisters. Um, they are my soul sisters. Okay. I don't believe in the whole like your friend can be your soulmate. I don't believe that, but they're my soul sisters. And I'm gonna try to go up from the one I've known the longest. Um, and I just want to give a shout out to anyone from Riverside Faith Temple that I miss, um, because there are a lot of women who are mothers at Riverside Faith Temple that I've known for 10 plus years, 15 plus years. Um, but like I said, if you watched my IGTV little snippet thing on Sunday, I said I'm shouting out to the women um, who have played a part in this last 7 months. So unfortunately, if we haven't spoken in like a year, you know what I mean. But still shout out to you. You the real MVP and stuff. But um, so let me start from the beginning. I can't start with Bonnie because I talked about her on Wednesday. So that's out of the way. She's like from birth, right? Um, and please forgive me if I mess this up. I'm gonna start with Anisha. Some know her as Blair. Um, Dang, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna cut them all short, okay? So Anisha, the mother of my godson, Isaiah. Um, I grew up in church with her grandfather as an elder in my church. Um, her her godmother is my mom's paternal cousin, first cousin, just like me and Bonnie. Um, um, I don't even know how it began really, but I know that the earliest picture I have of her is when we were cheerleaders back in '95. Um, not even 95. It had to be like 93. We were little. We were little kids. 93, 95. I think the picture was taken in 95, but I'm sure that picture, we had already been doing this for a while. But man, I mean, from the bob, remember where everybody got it was braids. It looked like this, but it was intentionally like, now they call them like box braids. But they only came to like right here, and they did this little thing like this, and you would have the burnt ends. Like, it was popular for a very long time. But she had the bob in that picture, and I had my little nappy ponytail, and we had our little cheerleading skirts on for Stratton Center. Stratton, whoop whoop, to all those who grew up in Stratton in the 90s and who are mothers now. God bless you. Extended prayer, and extend that prayer to you. Um, but Blair, I love you. Um, just, I mean, we went through high. Once I got to, when I got to, she would come to the church a lot, like when we had VBS and stuff like that. And then when I got to North, she was there. Man, yeah, that's my girl. So Blair, um, she was before I even, that was my friend before I even started going to Riverside Faith Temple. Okay, so now, and Blair, we're in constant communication. We've talked more, I'd say, in the last 7 months than probably the 7 years prior. But man, that's my girl. Like, man, I can't even. Don't. I don't even have it. I don't have it right, but don't. Okay, because that's my girl. Another one is Kyra, formerly known as Kyra Duhan. Um, I love you. Probably the funniest. I say the funniest person I've ever met. I know I met her back when she wasn't the first like girl I met at RFT, but she's definitely the one that stood out, and it still stands today. Um, she is a mother. She adopted a beautiful little girl, her husband's daughter, and like my marriage, like any marriage, no marriage is perfect, but she takes care of that child. As far as I'm concerned, from where I am, from what I know today, that she's that child's mother, and I, I just commend you, because I had a conversation very recently where I was like, well, if that baby needs a home, send the baby over here. You know what I mean? Because it don't sound good. Send that baby over here. And not everybody has that kind of heart where you see a child that needs a mother, and you know that you are supposed to be that child's mother. You just, I don't know, like, I just commend you, Kyra, because Fluff, I'm gonna call you Fluff. Okay, wait. I'm gonna get out of the sappy stuff. I commend you for being Peyton's mom, and for you just do it. Like, every time I hear from you or see anything going on, it's like, it's really good, because even if it seems bad on the inside where I am, it's good, because it's like, girl, yes, girl. You know what I mean? But um, but yeah. So, man, you're amazing. You're an amazing woman. But let's go back to Fluff, because I was there. All right, I wasn't there when Fluff came about, but I was probably the first person to hear about it. So so Kyra, um, she had this. Oh gosh, she had. It's hot up in this closet. This is the booth. I told my kids that's what we're calling it. This is the booth. She, um, okay, so she had this thing like back in the day. This was, um, I mean, it was the age of computers, the technology, and Kyra had her computer. Like, I didn't know a lot of kids who had computers, but Kyra had herself a computer. I don't even think I don't even know if she shared it with her mom. Like, she had a computer that she was on, right? She knew about MySpace before anybody else. Um, but she had put in this, she did this, let me plug in my little light up here. It's getting a little dim. Um, Give me a second. Ooh. Y'all in the clock. Yep, there it is. Okay, let me come back. Okay, so she get it together. So she was, tip tapping in, um, and typed in her name into this like it was a DJ. It was like a DJ name simulator, and she typed in her name. I don't know if she had to put any other information like her age or whatever, but I remember her being at my house. I lived on Michael Street in the East Rib. I lived on Michael Street at the time, and we were so close to the church that like our church friends could just come over whenever. And we were she was telling me, and it was crazy because um I think we definitely had a computer. We always had a computer, but it was like shared. I was never really on the computer, so it was just funny that I was the one hooking the computer up. I was the one taking it out of the box, plugging it in. I'm that one. But I was never really on the computer, and she was like, I got this new DJ name, um, and it was I can't remember. Then get up and go to the bathroom. Don't just sit there and cry that you gotta use the bathroom. Momming is hard, okay? Go to the bathroom. Um, so, so she's like, "Hey, I got this DJ name, and I don't remember. I don't. It was like Fluffy or I can't remember. Please, Kyra, I hope you're watching this, and I hope that you put it in the comments wherever you are what the original name was, because I know you remember. But I do remember what mine was. So she did one for me, and it was Big Silk. I got Big Silk. However, she didn't. We didn't. Big Silk didn't stick because I had this crush on a guy who she said looked like, let me tell you how funny this girl is. And we were kids, okay? And she was mean. She was very mean. But she loved me though, right? So, um, we were kids. But so this guy, I had a really big crush on this guy that she always said, because he was older than us and he had already been experiencing acne and stuff. And so she would say that he looked like Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob. And this is back in the day. So she started calling me Puff because I had a crush on this guy who looked like Mrs. And she always had the jokes, and they were always relevant. They were never it was never off, right? It was always super funny because of how relevant, like, what's another word? Like, she was on point. Like, it was never wrong. Like, but man, I miss, those were the good old days. And you know what, now as an adult, and I think about some of the kids that we made fun of, and at the time it was really funny, but now and today, knowing what I went through in the church, and knowing that there were kids that we made fun of way worse than anything that I went through, and I just like, man, like I just have to pray for those kids that they are well, like, mentally well today. But Kyra, man, if I could just get like one day, like I just want one day just to spend with you, just to laugh with you. Like we've never been to a funeral together where we were not laughing. And I mean, we've been to plenty of funerals away from each other, and there's always something to laugh at. Like unless you take yourself absolutely so seriously, there's always something to laugh at. And sometimes, man, I've brought my kids to a funeral, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, my kids are the bad kids at the funeral, you know. And it's, don't get me wrong, my kids are exceptional, but but you know, kids are kids, and it's hard to sit still at a funeral if you're a kid. And a lot of people don't give kids enough credit for being kids. We expect kids to have the mind and discipline that we don't even have. But man, shout out to Kyra, you are the best. Um, so moving up that list, I gotta say, okay, I got a call. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to let me see, because I can talk this. I can talk. I talked about some of them yesterday, so I'm just trying to make it, make it. But I wanna shout out. Okay, so just two more. So, Keisha, Gerangeline Beltran, um, I there was a time when I did not value and appreciate our relationship, um, because I was a kid, and like I've already said in podcasts and in videos past, I can't explain myself as a child. I can't apologize for myself as a child because I was a child. That's it. I but I was not always nice to you, and the older we got, the more I appreciated your love and your kindness and your boldness, your ability to speak your mind. You speak your mind as if your life depends on it, and I couldn't always do that. And so I would be like, "Dang, Kishay, like, you know," but you're speaking your mind, and you had autonomy about yourself, um, and that was something that um, was to be envied, and I'm sure was envied by a lot of people, and I didn't understand it, but today, just seeing what you've been through just in the last year, um, and to see that you're standing, I haven't really been on that Facebook account enough to really to see, but I mean, you're just so strong, and I'm gonna cut that short, but it's you're so strong, and I just appreciate you. I appreciate the person you are, and you've always been my big sister since I could remember, and I just love you, and I can't wait to hug you again. Um, moving on. Boop, 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 boop. Moving on to, okay, so this is the last one, and I'm gonna try not to even remotely cry, but it's whatever. My bestest, best friend in the whole wide world. Her name is. Do you know who she is? Do you know who my bestie is? Ashley, formerly known as Ashley Clark. Man, we're gonna do that whole. I was a kid, so there were some very rough points in our relationship when we were kids, but as adults, it's crazy how no matter how many kids we have, she got some kids, okay? No matter how many kids we have, no matter what our marriage is like, no matter what part of the world we are in, no matter what our careers are, and I'm sure that you are very proud of me now because I'm finally doing something that I've been saying I was going to do for years. And I'm very proud of you because you're a major in the Air Force. Like, what? Like, my best friend is a major. I never even thought, like, I mean, major pain, like, right? Major pain. But I never really thought of it like that I would actually be close to, like, a person who is a major. Um, I never knew. Like, I'm learning vicariously through her life what the ranks are because I'm watching her go. I just watched her go on a Zoom call last summer. I just watched her go from captain to major, and I've never missed um, a promotion, and I don't intend to ever miss a promotion. As she goes higher, higher, higher up in the Air Force, I just want to be right here. I'm so proud. I've never been more proud of anybody in my entire life as I am proud of you. Oh, good God. But I thank you. I can't wait till this summer because it's going to go down. Um, and um, speaking of this summer, it's going to go down. Kyra, Ashley, and I are going to be very close to you. And I really would love to meet Peyton. I would love for you to meet my kids. And I just want to be I just want to see you. I want to see you this year. I want to see you now, but I can wait. I can wait a month, but I want to see you now. Anyways, that's it. I can't do anymore, and I'm sorry if I left anybody out, but um, them's my sisters. Through the good and the bad. When I look back, all I can't really I can think about the bad, but it was never really like bad enough, right? Um, I remember one time where I was like, I don't want to be Kyra's friend anymore. I was like 14. I don't want to be her friend anymore, right? I remember with Ashley, like, I can't stand her. Da, 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 da. But we were kids. So I'm grateful to have you four in my life as adults, as mothers, and I hope that we continue to be able to create moments. I have some secrets and some announcements that are going to be unfolding this year, and um, I, I, I want you four to be a part of all of it. And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for having you four in my life, and that's my Flashback Friday. Um, Man, let me just do one thing. Since it's a Flashback Friday, and I've talked about this before, but Keisha, I remember when we were at a gas station, and I think about this a lot, more often than I probably should. Like, and it's funny because when you think about bad stuff, people tell you that, like, you're dwelling on the past and you got to get over it. But when you think about good stuff, nobody says anything about that. But it's something that plays in my head over and over. We were at the gas station, and she was driving her little Forgiven mobile, and something was happening, I think, with the pump. It just wasn't working. And she just stopped and she said, God, what are you trying to tell me? And I just challenge all four of you right now just to stop and ask the Lord what it is He needs from you right now, what He's trying to tell you, um, what He's trying to tell you about your children, about your career, about your husband, or soon to be husband, um, or soon to be ex husband, or or your life now that you don't have your husband. I just, I urge you, even if you have already, to not stop asking God. Never stop asking God what He's trying to tell you. Never stop asking God um, what He needs from you, and what His people need from you as a servant. Um, just R.I.P. to my brother Julio. It's I understand that this is going to be another tough one. It's just like holiday and celebration after holiday and celebration over and over again. You have to keep being reminded. And I mean, I've lost a lot of people in my life, and to an extent, I know what it's like to continue going through these holidays and celebrations for that whole first year without them. Um, but um, just be strong and don't lose focus, because God has a plan and it's bigger than all of us. And I know this is kind of cliche, but Julio would have wanted us all um, to continue to strive for greatness and to be the best that we can be, especially you, Keisha. And um, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for who you and Julio were together in my life. And um, I hope that I see you smile again in person, face to face. All of you. I hope that I see you and I get to see you smile and I get to hug you and embrace you as my sisters, as fellow mothers. And I just want to kiss your kids, and with the respect to the issue that is, you know, um, hopefully I'll be all good and vaccinated by the time I see you guys again, and I can just kiss on your children. Um, but yeah, so that's it for me. I could go on and on about these four women, but I'm sweating and I'm tired of holding back the tears, so I'm gonna go. But but I appreciate you so much, and I don't want to end this, but I love you, and it's been very long. It's been a very long video already. I hope you stay to the end. Um, but God bless you.